Shalom, everybody. I'm Dave, your host, and this is Universal Truth of Mankind. And we are going to be discussing another episode in Meditation 201. Now, before we get started, I want to let you know I am under Rumble as well as YouTube. The channel is Universal Truth of Mankind. You can look for me there. It's also in the description down below. So you can choose and go straight to it. I ask you, please become subscribers to both. That way, you ensure yourself of getting both videos. I mean, all videos, but they're on both, hosted on both of those. And also, please like and share these videos. They're free, not asking for a congregation, not asking for a membership, not asking for money. I simply want to get the word out of what I am sharing so that people can better cope with their future, which is coming on us very quickly. There's major reality checks that are hitting us one by one, and it's going to continue. And the only way to get through the insanity of it all is we have to create sanity for ourselves. As I've been saying, I've been hitting this particular illustration over and over and over, but I try to give you a different perspective each time so you realize this is a multi-dimensional illustration. You can't just look at it and say, oh, I know it all now. No, there's a lot to this. And I'm not even going to cover everything, but at least we can make a good stab at it so that everyone can get something out of this. Now, before I go any further, look in the description below and I have playlists. Playlist 201 or meditation 201. Go to that, and if you have not watched the first video and go through each video and listen to them thoroughly, maybe multiple times. You need to take a break here and there. That's okay. They're already down there. You can take a look at them all, whenever in your leisure, whenever you can, or whenever you feel like studying. So none of this is being coerced, none of this is being forced upon you. But in order to have a better understanding, because we're dealing with a context, a bigger picture here, it's imperative that you listen to all the previous videos. Now, if you're just taking cursory looks, that's a different story. But I'm saying if you're taking this seriously, please make sure you do that, or if you want to take it seriously. Now, we know the first three. I've talked about that over and over and over, right? But I want to also point out here again about the Daat. Like I say, Daat is created by us. It's a knowledge. It's a knowledge that's created by the interaction between us and the creator. All right. So Da'at represents the mind. It's where we make a decision to say, "Hey God, I'm yours. Hey God, I want to hear from you. I want to learn from you, not from whatever." So you're literally developing a covenant. And actually, when you think about it, this middle column, you take a look at Keter, you take a look at Da'at. I realize this is what's made by us. You look at the ferret, created by the creator. You look at Yesod, created by the creator. Malkut, created by the creator. This middle column is displaying covenants, the only covenants you need to know about to become a better person. It's that simple. These are all covenants. So Da'at is you creating a covenant between you and the creator. And the creator will automatically accept it as long as it's with a true desire, love, and you're trying to make the world better. That's all you're looking for. And once you do that, then everything automatically transforms below Da'at. Right? That's the way to look at this. Now, there's another aspect to this. So let's try to put this together a little cleaner or summarize it a little bit more to help us to make a step forward in our relationship with the Creator. Now, the Creator created our upper soul. Now the upper soul, like I said, you have to look under binah there. That's where Elohim is. That's where the neshama is. There's an upper and lower part. The upper part, we really can't. We know it's there. We can sense a few type, but very no details. But in generality, we can perceive it to a degree. But everything be and that's at a personal level. You can't necessarily share it. But the lower end is where the true communications take place. And you may even have an opportunity to be able to share that with others to help them in their world. Now, this neshama is the eternal you. It's who you truly are in a complete form. So, in other words, that complete form, through the decision of Daat, through the knowledge of Daat, the covenant of Daat, now will flow down and correct everything below it automatically without your help. You will be motivated. You will develop desires. You will have a bigger perspective and understanding of your nature, and you will start seeing things you need to change and you have to make efforts at. You don't have to ask about that. It will automatically come to you and you start tuning yourself up. So eventually you will be transformed and look like that image of the seven. We're starting with the Odd all the way down to Malkut. This is what this picture is. So it's also another implication here that people don't catch. Remember what I said in the very first video and succeeding and the later videos where I mention about having no little g between you and a big G? Well, if you take a look, if Da'at is there, if you notice, there's no other little g's. You're the little g. The three there is the big G, and there's nothing in between you two. Nothing between myself and the big G. All right, take that seriously, what you're seeing there. There's no room for any other authority in your life. What's an authority? It could be a priest, a pastor. It could be a layperson. It could be a rabbi. It could be anyone you admire. They should never be between you and the Creator. Now, it's very clear. I'm going to say this, and I have to say this because people through programming over the years don't understand if these two things. No Rav, not even Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, is to be between us and the Creator. Now, these people can be admired and you can seek information from them, you can study them and learn from them. Absolutely, because they may give you some insights to help you understand your relationship between you and your Creator better. That's why we read the Torah. That's why we read our Bibles, because we're trying to understand things. But when you do that, you got to make sure you cross out all dogmas from a religious entity. There's no room in here for religious entities. Because religious entities, where does it exist on this chart? Religious entities. It exists in Malkut. That's it. Malkut should not be influencing the seven above, plus Dot. All right? It's very important to realize that. If you do work that way, then those six sephirots that you see, Chesed down to Yesud, is going to be all chaos, in chaos, and all messed up. That's what you're going to see there, where you're trying to get them in order. And that only comes from above. So you have to get those teachings out of your mind. I'm going to give you one right now. I know you say, well, yeah, never mind. I won't go there. Forget it. But if you believe in a Messiah, Messiah is not even supposed to be between you and the Creator. Where does Messiah exist in this picture? It exists in in Tiferet. That's righteousness. That's where Messiah exists. So Messiah does not supersede your covenant with the Creator, but will be received. In other words, not only is the Messiah a Messiah, but we too are little messiahs. We are messiahs. We can become righteous and become messiahs. And and you have to look at this from the bottom up. When you're transformed from the top down because you create a covenant at Daat, you will see the transformation in your heart, Tiferet. You will see a transformation in what you're trying to replicate, and the world around you will be transformed. And when you do that, then you become a Messiah yourself. And when that happens, and many people become messiahs, then the real Messiah can come into the picture. Because why? Because we're all in tune as messiahs, little messiahs, and that will create the big Messiah. Now, I'm going to throw something at you one more time. And I do this because I'm trying to be honest with you people. You don't have to agree with me, and you can agree with me. That's up to you. But I've read the New Testament. Nowhere does God say nowhere does Jesus say he's God. Nowhere. He seems to avoid it. Now they say, well, he's Son of God. Well, guess what? How do you become Son of God? When Gevarah to Yesud is transformed into the image you see here, and it makes an impact in Malkut, a positive impact. In other words, Binah is Elohim. So how do you become the son of Elohim? Well, you create the At, and those six Sephirots correct themselves, which will result in a correction of Malkut. You see how that works? That's what it means, the Son of God. We can all become a son of God. We can all become daughters of God. It's all within our purview. It's all within our capability. Because that's what son of Elohim means. Son of the fabricator. And we emulate and look like and act like, and we are from a central Tiferet, heartfelt way, a righteous way. We are sons of Elohim, sons of God. And that's what he talked about. He did not say he was saying he was trying to be as righteous as he can so he can be the Son of God. And if I'm not mistaken, he never said he was. Others said he was. That's how impressed they were with him. Whether he existed or not, I don't care. It's immaterial. But when you look at it that way, you start seeing this picture more clearly, and you realize, hey, if you do believe in Jesus, you need to act like Jesus. You have to be like Jesus. You have to be even better than him. Because after all, does it not say in James, he's a tutor? Don't forget that. A tutor is not the authority. Remember that. A tutor is to bring you alongside of what is authentic, the authority. And that's what this is a picture of, an illustration of. I'm going to stop there because I think I may have hit some people in a way that they may think negatively about this. But I'm asking you, please consider what I'm saying, that this illustration is representing for real. I'm not making this up. This is one of many representations here. Well, everybody, you take care, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. And I just asked that if you are going to comment, please comment in a way that I can respond with maybe a video or maybe in a very pointed way, because I like being precise in answers to people. All right. So take care, everybody. Shalom, shalom.